Welcome to the Kale Houser Leadership Secrets podcast. Today we're going to talk about influence. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Kale Houser Leadership Secrets podcast. My name is Kale Houser. This podcast is designed for those business leaders out there, whether you are the owner, developer, founder of your business, whether you are a department head, a supervisor, or any other aspect of business where you may have any potential whatsoever of being in a leadership role or having some sort of responsibility over other people. This podcast is designed, and the intention is to give you the tools, the resources, and the mindset in order to create amazing connections, gain unshakable confidence in yourself as the leader, as well as inspire your teams to achieve and do things that are just amazing and come together as a team that really no one else can put together other than you. As part of that, there is something in this world that we all have. And some of you may say, oh, it's money, or, oh, it's, really good looks. But no, it's whether you're young or old, ugly or good looking, whether you're rich, whether you're poor, man or woman, kind of doesn't matter. We all have influence. We all have some sort of effect, positive or negative, an influence on those around us. Now, this could be an actual legitimate authority type of influence, like I have the authority to tell you what to do. You could be a prison warden. I have the authority to say you will spend the night in solitary, or you get these privileges out in the yard, whatever the case may be. You may be a judge. You have the authority and the influence to say I commute your sentence, or I throw out this case, or I maximum sentence you to the law. You're doing 25 years a hard time, whatever that is. But no matter what our social status is, we could be the most popular person in our community. We do all this charity work, and we sponsor these events, and whatever that is, you've created this amazing reputation, and therefore, because of all the things and works and the type of person you are, you have this amazing influence over your community and the things that happen in it, and just the general direction of your community. Maybe even in an official capacity in some sort of public service, but maybe not. Maybe if some sort of just unofficial, you have that kind of social influence. But on the flip side, you could be the quote-unquote least of your community, the homeless person that sleeps on the corner. You don't necessarily contribute anything to your society, but you still have influence. Now, I'm not saying it's amazing influence or it's massive in nature or that you can get things done in your community, but it is still a level of influence that you need to be aware of. And it could be as simple as, how do people view you? And how does that influence their own actions? How does that influence what they choose to do and the choices they choose to make in their life, if nothing else, to not end up like you as the resident homeless person or drug addict, whatever that may be, on the negative sense. But we all have it. And the real question becomes, how are you using it? Are you using it to your benefit in the sense of being aware of it and taking advantage of the influence you have in order to positively affect your life, your business, your marriage, your community, whatever that is? Because there are degrees that we can use our influence, not in a sleazy or taking advantage of other people manner, but in a way that betters yourself, betters your situation, and overall betters the people that you have influence over. You can use your influence to, maybe bring together different people that don't necessarily know each other or have influence in their own spheres, but because of your overarching influence, you can do that. And my question to you is, how are you using your influence? One, are you aware of it? Are you even aware that, your stature in your community, your stature in your corporation, in your business, in your department is influencing other people and the actions that they take? It's influencing how they think about, if you're, older, say 10 years, 15, 20 years older, that's your actions and personality and what you do with yourself and how you talk to other people is influencing the younger generation. They're either looking at you going, yeah, that's the kind of person, that's the kind of man, that's the kind of woman I want to be when I'm their age. That's the kind of family I want to develop because they are seeing your example. You're influencing them. Or conversely, if your life is a train wreck, you're going through some just amazingly hard times, or you're making incredibly stupid and poor decisions that are negatively affecting your life, maybe, alcoholism, drug addiction, just whatever else ailment you can think of in our society, they're also looking at that and going, that's maybe not the best path, and you're influencing them in that manner. And vice versa, you can pick any kind of situation and people observe that and it influences them. Hopefully in a positive way. They want to emulate that. They look up to you. You become a pseudo mentor, as it were. But not always the case. Sometimes it is in that negative way, if nothing else, of I don't want to do that. That is an example of something I don't want to be, or the type of person I don't want to be. But how are you using that to your benefit? And then the second aspect of this, the other side of the coin, is how are you allowing the influence of other people to affect you, to affect your attitude, to affect your actions, to affect your mindset, to affect your feelings and emotions? Because ultimately, I would argue that our emotions, especially emotional response, is a result of an outside influence from somebody else. We get angry at other people. We fall in love with somebody else because they have some sort of influence and they're affecting us in that manner. We strive to, be the top salesman because of the influence of seeing other top salesmen and the recognition that they got, and getting their name on the wall. That is all attributed to influence. And I want you to kind of consciously think about this, that not going out and that you're using your influence or you're trying to persuade or trick people into doing what you want, but really, how can you use your influence in a more purposeful manner? And there may be a time that, you do things to expand your influence, no different than growing your business. You get new clients, you make new contacts and things of that nature, but there are things that you can do to absolutely expand your influence in the form of making new contacts, going out and getting your name out there, putting your business out there, making new connections, all those types of things, sponsoring events, whatever that may be. You are increasing your influence and thus the potential benefits that you may reap from that. But it is a double-edged sword, because as people become more aware of you and you gain influence over them, they're looking at you. Potentially, you can be influencing them negatively. So you need to be a little bit more aware, right? As you become aware, you need to become even more aware of how your influence is changing and affecting people. So that's something I want you to kind of think about and understand, and look for areas in your life, in your business, that you may be negatively affecting people, influencing them. And how do you need to change in order to positively affect that? If you are the business owner, if you are the boss, what is your attitude? What is the words that you're saying, the actions you're taking in your business? How is that influencing your employees? Is it inspiring them to want to keep working for you, to work harder for you, to work harder for the business because your mission is so amazing and your goals are incredible? Or is it kind of putting them on I need to find a new job. This guy or this gal is, they're off their rocker. This is a sinking ship and it's time for me to go. Because either situation, you're influencing their actions. Try to do it on the first part of it. Try to do it on the influencing and inspiring them to be great and do great things and meet their goals to help you meet your goals. If that makes sense. So a little bit of a shorter one today, just because, we could spend hours talking about the different forms of influence and how to influence. I think you get the point. Most people understand what the concept of influence is, but I wanted to really touch the point of being aware not only of how you are influencing others and the actions and words that you do and say influence people, positive and negatively, as well as what you're allowing into your life to influence you, positive and negatively. Maybe you need to cut some people out that have too much influence on you. Maybe you need to give a little bit more influence to the positive people and get yourself around them more to reap those benefits in that sense. Cool? All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me today. Make sure you visit kalehouserleadership.com. Let us know what you think of the new site and the new PDF with the 10x top interview questions. I know it'll be absolutely a game changer for your business if you're in the process or continually hiring people. If you don't already use these questions, make sure you incorporate them. It will help you find people that are actually right for your business versus just trying to find warm bodies that will show up for a paycheck. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me again. Have a fantastic afternoon no matter where you're at in the world. Bye.